Hi there, this is Steve Spurrier. You can join University of Florida Hall of Famer Shane Matthews and also the two-time SEC Player of the Year every weekday as he brings you all you need to know about the Florida Gators, including news, analysis, opinions, and some of the biggest names in sports. You can find him on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Or you can watch him live at 8 a.m. on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter.
Good morning, live edition, Friday edition of PodUp with Matthews in the morning from the International Diamond Center Studios. With locations across the state of Florida and right there in Celebration Point in the heart of Gator Nation, go check them out. That is International Diamond Center. Also, Comfort Temp Heating and Air is your number one local HVAC company. Visit them at comforttemp.com. Comfort is our business. Peace of mind is our promise. We'll have JC here momentarily. Then we'll have Matt McCall. Used to be on the Gators staff when Billy Donovan was here, and coached at Chattanooga and UMass, and is a college basketball analyst for NBC Sports. Field of 68 podcast, does all kinds of stuff on Sirius XM radio. We'll get his thoughts after day one and going into day two. There were two upsets yesterday. VCU comes back from 19 to defeat North Carolina. I think Hubert Davis, the head coach there, is in trouble now. You can't blow a 19-point lead. And plus, I'm not sure if anybody saw the kid try to miss the free throw on purpose. Obviously, nobody told him that it has to hit the rim. In the huddle before at the timeout. Just don't understand that. And then High Point shoots lights out. I think they will have some issues with Arkansas, but we shall see. There's JC. Where are you at today, JC?
We're at the beautiful Beau Rivage.
Oh.
This is Biloxi, Mississippi, brother. Biloxi, Mississippi.
Biloxi Indians. They have not changed their name.
Well, no, that's right. No, it's a wonderful place here.
Will they be called the Commanders or the Guardians, the Biloxi Guardians?
Well, I'm not sure. I know there's the Ocean Springs Greyhounds. And
the Biloxi Indians.
The Biloxi
Gulfport Admirals.
Oh, see, they do it right. They do it right, QB. QB, I tell you, man, driving over yesterday, I was listening to the games, and it was really nice to see those VCU Rams, those High Point Panthers, step up their game and not fold when they could have. How about TCU yesterday losing a huge lead to Ohio State, down 5 in the second half and coming right back at them? I mean, this is kind of what we love about the big dance and about the first round of the NCAA tournament, round of 64, and it will all continue today. The Fighting Gators don't play for another 14 hours, but they will be playing. They'll cover. I really believe it. I think they're just going to open up tonight and play really well. I just really believe maybe losing to Vanderbilt could have been one of the better things that happened to this team to try to get them grounded before this run they're going to have to go on. But yeah, I think you're right about North Carolina. But let's keep in mind that, they were up 19. Their best player wasn't playing.
That doesn't matter.
They should have won.
You're North Carolina.
I know, they should have won. They should have won.
But the problem is okay, so the kid misses.
But they lost.
The big guy. They came out of a timeout.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping somebody on their staff at North Carolina said, okay, look, if you happen to miss the first, we have to miss the second on purpose, but it has to hit the rim.
No, he tried to break.
He didn't know the rules.
He tried to break the backboard. I was impressed with Nebraska. I was impressed with South Florida coming back. They shot 4 of 29 or something like that from 3-point land and still only lost by 4, covering the initial spread. The game though that really got me wound up with Siena and Duke. And, here you have the Saints. You realize, QB, they did not make a substitution the entire game.
Jerry McNamara outcoached Duke. They outplayed Duke.
Yeah.
They deserve to win the game.
They just ran out.
If Syracuse refuses to give Jerry McNamara the job, they have a problem. Now, they offered the job to 2 other coaches that turned them down.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's incredible, though. I mean, these kids.
I am not a Duke hater.
No, but
Maybe I'm not.
you've
I
never
don't
been
think
a
they're
big
that
fan.
great.
Well, I think the injury really had
I don't give a damn about the injury, JC. You're Duke, okay? You lose a player. You still have these other phenomenal basketball players. I still don't know how they're the number one overall seed.
Yeah, I think the number one overall seed probably should have been Arizona.
There's no
But
question.
yeah, but listen, but Siena, give those kids credit, man. They ran for 40 straight minutes against that team, led the whole way. You were on the right side of that bed if you had Siena. It was never even close, the spread. And then last night, the late night games, what the hell is Mike White and Georgia doing? I mean, losing by 30 to St. Louis. Some of these games at the end of the night were just
Well,
appalling.
during the
I
day
mean,
too,
just appalling.
I wanted to bring this up, and it's probably a bad comparison.
Okay.
But we really only had yesterday two good games, would you say? High Point,
Well,
Wisconsin upset,
I
VCU
thought
upset.
well, I thought TCU was a good game with
Now,
Ohio State.
that was a very competitive game, but people talk about how the college football playoffs, you don't get a
Yeah.
whole lot of competitive. Well, you don't get a whole lot of competitive games. Let's be honest in the NCAA basketball tournament.
Well, maybe not in the first or second round, but
Yeah.
last year it was all chalk fest, right? But what we love about this tournament is that the little guy does have a voice, and he once in a while can show up and play hard. McNeese State, they had Vanderbilt down at halftime.
It did.
And yeah, and I look, yeah, Arkansas, man, they got guys that can just jump through the ceiling. It's incredible how athletic they are. Um, and I think today we'll see some interesting things. The upset that at least we did hit was VCU. Okay, and like you've been saying, they were down 19, probably should have lost, but South Florida covered the spread.
Yeah, I
VCU
don't.
covered the
Louisville kind of
spread.
they had a big lead and let it get away as well.
Who?
Louisville did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they were up 16 at one point.
Yes, but South Florida made a run. Louisville couldn't handle the press. That game last night was embarrassing how they could not handle pressure. Tonight, I think you'll see Santa Clara give Kentucky a good run. I think one of the three best stories this year in basketball is Miami of Ohio, and 31-1, and they come right at you, and they're only what four? They're only an 11-point underdog. I'm on Miami of Ohio with Tennessee today. I think that's going to cover, and maybe not. Maybe
That one
Tennessee
scares
runs
me,
back.
JC. I
You
think
think
Tennessee's athleticism.
you do?
This will probably be this is clearly the best team they've played all year long.
Oh,
After,
no doubt. There's no doubt about that. And you could be right. It could be a 24-point game in the second half, and I'm throwing my ticket down the drain. But I'm going to look at that. I'm going to look at Akron today, getting 7.5 with Texas Tech. I think Wright State could probably stay inside of 17.5 with Virginia, and I certainly like Northern Iowa QB. Northern Iowa, you don't know about these guys, the Panthers. They play so slow and deliberate, and they're just going to frustrate St. John's. Don't be surprised if they go inside of 10 points with St. John's today at 7 o'clock tonight. I think Queens can stay inside of 25 with Purdue too. I think they'll have closer games than what we saw late last night. That was awful last night. I turned it off.
Clint
Well,
says on YouTube, brought to you by Quality Plumbing. JC, I had High Point in the beginning and changed to Wisconsin after hearing you. Thank you, sir.
Wisconsin played well, but High Point played better at the in the
I
second
tell you
half.
what, the High Point, that Chase Johnston, number 99,
Yeah, it's
he
pretty
has
good.
the quickest release on three-pointers I've ever seen, and he shoots from the timeline.
Yeah,
He reminds me of who's that kid, Kyle Korver. Remember Kyle Korver?
yeah,
Played at
yeah.
Creighton, then played
Hmm.
in the NBA a
Yeah,
long time.
yeah,
But he made one two-pointer the entire year, JC, and that was
yeah.
the layup to win the game.
They say I jinxed Wisconsin. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I really liked them going in. I thought they were a Sweet 16 team,
Well, they're going
but
home.
they're not around. It was a big win for those Panthers. The Prowler, the Panther, has been wreaking havoc on people in the
Well,
last month.
speaking
We
of
all
that,
know about that. Huh?
UF Gators on YouTube says people are learning the High Point has good athletics. Very rich school. That school has a lot of money.
Lotus, yeah.
Lot.
and not far from there is Wofford. They have a lot of money, but it is cool to see this High Point school. I have a colleague at work who is an accountant, and his son played Jackson.
Cross.
Great kid. God, great kid. He's got three great kids, really. But Jackson played lacrosse at High Point, a scholarship lacrosse player. And I didn't never even heard of High Point, and then figured out, well, obviously it's in North Carolina. But just a fantastic story. Yeah, you got to be happy for those guys. That's what we love about this tournament, you know. And yeah, maybe I missed on Wisconsin, but man, you can't tell me they weren't playing well. If you looked at their
Can't win
schedule
them
and who
all,
they beat.
JC. Can't win them
Yeah,
all.
can't win them all. We won some yesterday, though. Of all the brackets, I think I won just straight up, picked 11 winners of all the games. I think, what do we have? 16 games? So I had 11, I want to say 11 winners just straight up. And then against the spread, VCU was my big upset game. South Florida had them inside the 5.5. That came in. That was a backdoor. It was a good day. And today will be another good day. I'm going right here to the Beau Rivage, right downstairs, and I'm going to raise hell and just have just a fabulous time playing video poker, listening to VSiN in my ear, watching college basketball. I mean, this is kind of like Disney World for me for at least one day. And then I'm going to go see my mother-in-law, and I'm going to see my brothers-in-laws, and it's going to be. I love Mississippi. I love the Gulf Coast. I mean, look at this place. It's paradise. It really is. It's just fabulous. It's only 6 hours away, too.
Are you going to go swimming in the Gulf of America, JC?
No, I'm not going to swim in the Gulf of
I
America.
would recommend not swimming in the on the beaches in South Mississippi.
Oh man! So
That
let me
water's so damn dirty.
so QB. Let me ask you something. This Prairie View A&M team,
They're not very good.
but they did get a win in the NCAA tournament, and this number, I tell you, this number of 35.5, it's the biggest spread, I think, of the entire first round of 64. 35.5. Arizona is a 30.5 point favorite. LIU. And then we have Iowa State. Watch out for Tennessee State, by the way. But Iowa State 24.5. You see Blowout City in these games?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like I told you, I
Purdue, Queens, you think that's 25.5? Is that Purdue?
Queens is a great story. It's the first time they ever made the tournament. People, do you I know. I think you know where Queens University is.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
if our listeners
Charlotte.
do. It's in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, yeah.
You know what their nickname is, JC?
The Royals.
Royals. The Queens Royals.
Hell yeah, the Royals.
They run and gun and fire it up, but I think they get blown out.
Do you have a favorite memory of March Madness, QB?
Huh?
Do you was there a moment watching this tournament that other than watching the Gators win the Natty 3 times, was there a special?
I went to,
have you ever seen, was there a buzzer beater that you'll never forget, or was there?
It would be. I wasn't there, obviously, but I went to 2 of our Final Four national championships. Against Ohio State and Atlanta, and then what was the one in Indianapolis? Didn't we win one in Indianapolis against?
Was it UCLA?
UCLA, I think.
Yeah.
I was at those, but the one thing from a Gator standpoint that stands out to me is the Mike Miller leaner as he's falling down against
Manhattan.
Creighton?
Manhattan.
Was it Manhattan?
Well, was it with Billy Donovan in the first round where they were losing? Maybe it was Creighton. Manhattan. Why does Manhattan?
Well, obviously you and I don't know, and all our listeners would know this immediately.
Well, that's not our fault.
Yeah.
We watched these
Butler.
Butler, that's right. It was, but you know what? The Jaspers of Manhattan beat Billy the year before that, and Mike Miller's shot, I think, was one of the biggest shots in the history of Gator basketball because it got them over that we can't win mentality.
I do remember another Gator memory, and again, I'm gonna butcher this because I don't remember stuff like everybody else does. Was it Chioza hit it was in the Garden against, I don't know who it was against, but was it a layup or was it a half court shot or a deep 3-pointer to win the game? Do you remember that, JC?
Which game? No, I don't remember.
We beat somebody at Madison Square Garden. Why did you ask this? We like idiots now. It was Wisconsin. I knew it was Wisconsin, but I thought it was like a half court shot or something.
I do know that scumbag Andy North, who played golf for the Florida Gators and went to school at University of Florida, hates Florida and loves Wisconsin. And Wisconsin came, since you mentioned Wisconsin, I don't know why we're bringing them up again, but Wisconsin came to the O'Connell Center, and there was Andy North, your Gator golfer, U.S. Open winner, sitting in a red sweater behind the Wisconsin bench. And I was on media row, and I looked at him. I said, what a traitorous pig that guy is, winner of that Wisconsin crap. When his father, Andy North's father, sat next to my dad at the O'Connell Center as a Gator basketball season ticket holder. His name was Shep. And he sat right there next to my dad, right on the rail, second level, right as people walk underneath you, looking at the court. That was Andy's father, but Andy, he was a Wisconsin Badger, and he played golf for the Gators. I'll never forgive him for that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay, CTE has not set in totally yet for me. It was Wisconsin. It was a buzzer beater. It was right inside the half deep three.
Sweet. Robert, W91. Very good, Robert. Sweet 16 versus Wisconsin. And then here's, of course, UF Gators, UF. What doesn't he know? UF Gators, UF beat Wisconsin at MSGB. They were there. Gosh, that guy is just such a Gator. He's everywhere. He was in Dallas a week ago at the Stars game. This guy is just a floater. He's the Gene Arnold that that travels. Gino, he's the Gino that actually travels and loves the Gators. Gino doesn't travel. Gino sits in the trailer and watches everything on TV and counts his money. That's Gino. But Gino, don't worry, Gino. I'm going to get on you one day, and you're going to actually spend a couple bucks, and we're going to do something special because I love you, brother.
Hang on. UF grad Michael Schneider, a real estate attorney, can help you save thousands of dollars in real estate commissions by helping you sell your home or land by owner without a broker. Michael Schneider, PLLC, serves the entire state of Florida. Contact Michael at maschneiderplc.com.
God, I really feel bad about Clint Clements. He had High Point in the beginning and changed to Wisconsin.
Yep, your fault, JC. It's all your fault.
No, it's not, Clint. Stay with what your gut tells you. You had it, buddy. I got beat on that one. You should have won it. But
all right, this text on Tatum or text line, JC.
Okay.
I don't know who it is. It says NIL has changed how I watch college basketball. Now I watch, and when I see a player I like, I hope we can get that player in the portal.
Yeah. Any big upsets today? I mean, since you said everybody's getting blown out, is there going to be anyone that?
Let me see who's playing today first. I was just looking at golf.
Okay, well, I gave you my two. Okay, my two is Akron over Texas Tech.
I don't see that happening. So my upset is
probably not.
Considering they're underdog, I like Santa Clara.
And Santa Clara over Kentucky.
And 8-9 games, I don't call those upsets.
I like Northern Iowa to stay inside the number with St. John's.
That's it. That's the only upset.
That's the upset. Today. Okay, Santa Clara is your upset special today. And then we get to the round of 32 starting tomorrow. The Gators will play when they win tonight, they will move on and play
Clemson and Iowa.
The Clemson Iowa winner.
Both those teams slow the game down.
I'll go with Clemson there. That's a coin flip. You just got to flip your coin. Here's one game I do feel very good about. Laying 5 is UCLA over UCF. I think that's a matchup. I think UCLA wins that one pretty easily. I like them. And I don't know what Kansas is. I really don't. I think they're kind of schizophrenic team. Don't really know. But Cal Baptist, do you know anything about them? I don't know anything.
I think they have one good player, but I wouldn't know his name. I tell you a good game today. I think it's going to be a really good game. Is Missouri and Miami. I think Miami wins the game though.
You'll be asleep by that. It's at 9:00.
Yes,
you probably be asleep. Well, Alabama scored 90 points without Aiden Holloway in the lineup today. They lead the country in points per game.
Be careful, Hofstra could upset them.
But the Hofstra, what was the name of Hofstra before they changed it to what they are now?
Weren't they the Flying something back in the day?
Yeah, you got it. They're now the Hofstra Pride, but what were they?
They were the Flying
Dutchman.
Yeah.
The Dutchman. What happened to the Dutch?
I don't
Why
know.
don't we like the Dutchman now? I mean, are they not politically correct? The Dutch? Do we not like the Dutch? What's wrong with the Dutch? The Dutchman, Flying Dutchman too. They fly.
JC, how are our golf picks doing?
Okay. Well, QB, you've been looking at that now, as you just said, for 5 minutes.
I can't remember who I picked.
Well, for some
I used
reason,
to write this stuff down, but that is your
you
job
did
now.
not take Sanjay M, which is
Which
shocking.
I used to take him
every week. He is your leader at 7 under. Let's go down. Oh, there's Billy Horschel trying to come back from injury. He's at 4 under. He's tied for 4th.
I think I do have Jacob Bridgman.
You have Bridgman, who's tied for 8th. Did you take Matty Fitz? I don't think you did.
No.
I have it written down somewhere, but I was struggling to get everything put together. I took Jordan Spieth. He is tied for 16th. He's 2 under.
Did
The
I
leader
take
is
Bud
7.
Cauley, or were you joking?
Yeah, no, we were just talking about him, but I don't think you pulled the trigger on him. This tournament is one of those anybody can just come out of nowhere and
what's
win.
crazy though is this is one of the hardest golf courses they play all year.
It is crazy. That is crazy. I took Hisatsune. Rio Hisatsune was my first pick. He's even par. But today will be moving day. We'll see what happens, who's going to stick around. I thought Koepka was going to play better. He's even par. So, yeah, it's giving him trouble. I had Justin Thomas. He's +1. You're right. I mean, this is a tight course. They probably grew the rough up a little bit. So we'll see who sticks around for the weekend and who's got to slam the trunk, as they say. But I was looking for Blanchet. I don't know where my man Blanchet, Thigala, my guy Thigala, +6. He's not going to be around. But I'm looking for my guy Blanchet, and I'm trying to find him. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I want to tell you about this kid who shot 2 under par yesterday. He turned pro. I think he's 19.
Wow.
His name is Blades Brown.
Brown, sure, yeah.
He is a freaking stud.
Where did he play his golf?
I
know. Where did he play in high school?
Somewhere in the Nashville area.
Okay, so he's from Tennessee. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, he's only 19. He's on tour.
Yeah. That's a freak. There's our guy Chandler from Gainesville, Florida. -2, 5 back, tied for 18th. Looking like he wants to make the cut. Another paycheck today.
JC, do we have lunch on the Alabama Gator baseball series this weekend?
Oh, hell no. That team, Alabama baseball, really? I mean, I might as well just get my money or my lunch ticket and throw it out that window into Mobile, Biloxi Bay. Biloxi Bay. Look at all those fisher boats out there. They're getting ready to go get your shrimp, QB. You love shrimp. Very high in protein. Very healthy for you, low fat, maybe a little iron or mercury in there. You just pull the shrimp out of the Gulf of America. They're everywhere down here. This is the seafood capital of Mississippi, and the Gulf Coast has more people per capita in an area of this size than anywhere in the entire state of Mississippi. Did you know that? There's like 3 million people on the Gulf Coast.
I didn't know that.
This is your home state. I love your home state. If I wasn't from Florida, I would be from Mississippi.
No, you wouldn't survive, JC, if you had to live there.
Well, no, I just wouldn't go hunting every weekend with you guys. You didn't go hunting every weekend.
I did when I was young, and then I got too busy doing other things.
Lost interest. Okay. It's called playing sports. You liked playing basketball, baseball, and football. That kind of took your time.
It did.
I played baseball and soccer. I could not play football, QB. I only weighed 140 pounds. They wouldn't want me out there on the football field. I would be destroyed.
Hang on. I got a text in from Jimmy on the Titan of our text.
Jimmy
wants to know my thoughts on Gator softball this weekend. Well, we had Ryan Urquhart, the voice of Gator softball, yesterday. We got the #1 team in America in here, the Tennessee Lady Vols, JC.
That's right.
Their ERA, their team ERA, 0.65.
Good God, that sounds like they got Monica Abbott's offspring.
No, they got Carlin Pickens, who has thrown the ball faster than any person in the history of softball.
You going to go watch some of that?
79 miles an hour.
You going to go look at some of that? That would be the equivalent of about 110.
Yeah.
Are you going to go watch some of that?
I might, but then I gotta head out for the weekend too. I gotta play golf. I gotta watch basketball.
Got so much you got to do.
It's probably on TV, so that may make it easier.
So everybody's gonna. So let's see. Yeah, Barone. We're gonna get on the winning side today. Barone is worried about the picks. Listen, those upsets that I picked were inside the number. QB's calling for blowout city today. I think we've got some games just kind of like yesterday. I think it's going to be similar to yesterday. But my favorite blowout game today would likely be, I mean, I just in good conscience, I can't lay 35 with the fighting Gators, even though that could easily happen. If Todd is up by 28 points, he's going to take guys out of the game. So I can't imagine why they would keep scoring. But I don't know about blowout city today. I just like some of these dogs. A Tennessee State inside of 24.5. Yeah, I see that. I can see
What do you
Northern
know
Iowa.
about Tennessee State, JC?
Well, they won their conference.
Okay,
And
as did Prairie View,
yes.
as did all these.
Who was impressive yesterday was the Huskers in their first ever school win in the NCAA tournament.
Speaking
Nebraska,
of that,
their fans, by the way, go
crazy.
crazy. What?
Their fans
Go crazy. They go nuts.
I wanted to keep throwing stuff at my TV every time the play-by-play guy, I don't even remember who called their game. It's a 6-hour drive from Lincoln, Nebraska. Okay, so tonight.
You always get pissed about this. I don't know why this bothers you so much.
Because these dumbass people think only, okay, so how many people do you know or do you think from Gainesville are going to be at the game tonight in Tampa?
Probably more people from Tampa who like the Gators will be at the game tonight in Tampa.
Naples or Sarasota.
St. Petersburg.
Or Orlando.
St. Pete.
There'll probably be 50 people from Gainesville.
That really works on you. That really flames you up.
It drives you insane.
No, the only Nebraska fans in America live in Lincoln. You know that, QB. What are you talking about?
No, they're all over the damn Midwest.
It's so crazy. It is true. It's true. But those fans, man, they give that school a home field. I think they absolutely are live against Vanderbilt. I absolutely think they are. So
yeah, you got two elite shooting teams.
And if Florida can get to the Sweet 16 and Nebraska beats Vandy, there's your opponent. It's going to be Nebraska. I think Vandy's great. I think that Tyler Tanner for Vanderbilt, dude, he's as good a guard. But Santa Clara, I think is absolutely. You could money line that one, Barone. I know you're thinking no way they're beating Kentucky. Yeah, there's a way. There's absolutely a way. So, and I know nobody believes me on Miami of Ohio, but nobody believed they would even be here, and here they are. Catching 11. I don't think Tennessee can score. I don't think Tennessee will score a lot of points. They have offensive issues.
You got to remember, Miami, Ohio doesn't have a whole lot of size, JC.
Dude, Miami of Ohio scores 90 points a game. They shoot from three-point land forever.
I agree. I love the way they play, but we are stepping up in different talent.
Yes, we are. You're right. Miami meant Missouri, but that's not till 9:00 tonight. Who knows? Akron. Come on. Akron's the first game today with Texas Tech. Texas Tech scrappy even without their best player, but Akron, you'll be surprised at how efficient they are offensively, but maybe Texas Tech will smoke them. I don't know. Iowa State, I'll be curious to see how they do. I've got them as a Final Four team in one of my brackets. So Gator softball against Tennessee and their Blazers up in the circle. Gator baseball against Alabama. If that's not a sweep, it's a disappointment. Okay, Alabama's going to be one of the worst teams in the SEC this year. The Gators, just like last weekend, should be sweeping. All right, Broom City, Alabama stinks. And in baseball, that is. So I think it's a good weekend all around for. And then we've got our kid Chandler, who's 2 under 5 back at the Valspar. He's a Gainesville kid. I drove through his Pensacola yesterday. University of West Florida is in Pensacola. I drove through there yesterday and thought of Chandler. But he married a girl who is from Gainesville, and his mom lives in Gainesville. Not his mom, but her mom lives in Gainesville. So. He's got Gainesville connections everywhere. He's a Bobcat, Buchholz Bobcat, black and gold. So he's playing. So there's a lot of local tie-ins to a lot of things going on. Gator basketball in Tampa, of course, is the biggest thing that's going on. And if they can somehow squeak by Prairie View A&M tonight, the Fighting Gators will be ready to go in the round of 32 against probably Clemson. I got them beating Iowa tonight. Iowa's just too slow. I don't like Iowa. So I'll take Clemson.
All right, JC, good luck at the tables down
Yeah,
there.
man. Well, I'm going to be watching hoops today. Tables can wait. If I win in hoops, maybe I'll hit a blackjack table. But it's fun to be in Biloxi. We love it here. It's the fishing capital of the Southeast. And I'll be back in the Ville on Monday.
JC, go buy you a Gulfport Admiral State Championship t-shirt.
They won the state
They
championship?
won the state championship.
Oh, we got to go to Gulfport today. Okay. All right. Done. I'm going to get me a Gulfport visor. I love the
It's
Admirals.
got the old Admiral. on the
Oh,
front of
that's
it.
so great. That's so great. Love it.
All right,
They
that's
lo-
JC, join us on the Titan Number Highline courtesy of Comfort Temp. Quick timeout. Come back. We'll be joined by Matt McCall. Talk a little more hoops and get his thoughts on today. You're watching and listening to PodUp with Matthews in the Morning from the International Diamond Center Studios. We'll be right back. Our premium sponsors are Atlantic Roofing, Campus USA Credit Union, International Diamond Center, J.F. Hayden's Craft Liqueurs, Los Landeros Tequila, Meldon Law, Titan MRI and Imaging, Castaway Sauce, UF Health Orthopedics, Michael Snyder PLLC, Florida Legends Gala and Experience, South State Bank. Gridiron sponsors are Baker Sports, Florida Cracker Oyster, Electronics World, Gallo Car Wash, Miapa Latin Cafe, Peachland Dental, Quality Plumbing, Ruse Ogre State Farm, Silverback Concrete, 84 Lumber, Big Mills Cheesesteaks, Celebrate Primary Care, Gator Bait Media, Florida Cracker Kitchen, Gator Dominoes, Ironwood Golf Course, McDonald's of Gainesville, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, UF Bookstores, International Gold and Diamond Exchange, Advocare, MGNA Wealth, Comfort Temp. Watch and listen to us live on Facebook or YouTube. Listen to podcasts wherever on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And to advertise, be sure to call my man Freddie at 352-284-3733.
Naysayers, setbacks, injuries. Life throws a lot of hurdles your way. The key is just keep jumping them.
Coach, you know what always impressed me? How you beat Florida State to win the 1996 national championship.
And I was really impressed with your 06, 08, and 09 Gator teams.
And the way you coached Danny to the Heisman Trophy.
A lot like what you did with Tim Tebow.
You know, you won more SEC championships than you lost home games at the Swamp.
And you had plenty of super games in front of our Gator Nation.
Yeah, there really is something special about the Swamp.
I guess that's why we say about the Swamp, only the Gators get out alive.
To the Swamp and the Gators, with the best beverage served at Spur's Gridiron Grill, 100% agave, Los Landeros tequila, aged in bourbon barrels for a smoother taste.
I think you mean head beer coach, 1966 lager, a crisp, light, bodied lager for easy drinking.
Nope. Los Landeros tequila, smooth enough to drink neat, bold enough to elevate a cocktail.
1966 lager, enjoyed on game days in the fall or whenever you need a winning cold brew.
Los Landeros tequila.
1966 lager.
Los Landeros.
1966 lager.
Y'all stop bickering.
Okay, you're both wrong anyway. The best thing Spurrier's Gridiron Grill offers are Jerry's famous chocolate chip cookies.
Ever dreamed of catching a touchdown pass from Tim Tebow or Danny Werfel, or taking a handoff from the legendary Steve Spurrier? Then you need to join the Florida Legends Experience on Monday, March 30th at the Alachua County at Celebration Point. You'll receive a personal video of your touchdown and a football signed by the Gator Legends. Enjoy an unforgettable day of Gator greatness while supporting the incredible mission of Isaiah 117 House. Tickets are limited. Get yours now at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com. Don't miss your chance to be a part of Gator history.
Welcome back to the International Diamond Center Studios. Florida Cracker Oyster Bar and Grill is the ultimate spot for seafood and more. No matter the occasion, they're ready to welcome you Florida Cracker style. Check them out at Keystone Heights. We're still waiting on Matt McCall. Something must have come up. But in the meantime, I'm going to get to a couple of texts on the Titan More text line. This one is from Gary. Gary wants to know, Shane, what are your thoughts on what you've seen at spring football practice? Well, they're on spring break. They'll get back out, I think, Tuesday. I like what I saw offensively. Defensively, it's hard to tell. But I really like the receiving core. I think Bailey Stockton, this Mays kid from Wake Forest, and obviously Eric Singleton are going to bring a ton of playmaking ability to the offense. Both quarterbacks, between Trammell and Aaron Follow, I like what they do. They're fundamentally sound. Ball comes out nice. Throw a lot of completions. And that is the number one goal of a quarterback, throw completions. So I like what they're doing on offense. And obviously the running back room looks good too. I mean, we all know what Jaden Ball can do, but the other kids they brought in look like they can bring something to the table. So it should be fun watching these guys. Obviously, the fans will get to see a little bit more. I think it's April 11th at the spring game. I think it'll be a competitive spring game because I just think that's how John Sumrall wants it to be. All right, I just got a text from Matt. He got tied up, so he wants to do it at 9:30. Show will be over. But we'll get him on again next week sometime after the first two rounds. Yeah. All right, we got a lot of conversation here on Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's a very good basketball team, in my opinion. It's very skilled. All right, Ryan's question on Facebook Live brought to you by Meldon Law. Shane, where do you rank March Madness on your top sporting events? It's up there. It is definitely a great time of the year. I just think the excitement, and as you saw yesterday, High Point beating Wisconsin, you just don't see that in any other sports. There's always that one or two upsets that makes it very, very exciting. And you saw what Siena did at Duke yesterday. I thought they outplayed Duke, outcoached Duke, should have won the game, just had no depth. It's hard to believe that they didn't make a substitution at all during that game. But it's right up there, Ryan. I don't know where I would rank it, but it's top 3 sporting event probably in the country for sure. All right, we got another text here on the Titan More text line. This is from Sharon. Sharon wants to know, Shane, why do you talk softball so much? Well, I think it's the best sporting event on campus. It's an elite program. Tim Walton has made it an elite program. And you just got to go check it out if you've never been to a game there at KDC Shoal Presley Stadium. It's a great place to go. All right. Andy on Facebook Live brought to you by Mel Law. Shane, did you hear that Summerall made a point to say Bailey Stockton is one of the top punt blockers? Might see more aggressive play on special teams. I did not see that. But he is a scrappy kid. He's extremely athletic. I don't think people realize how athletic he is. I think I mentioned earlier in the program when they were doing a lot of the drills through that gauntlet, shuttles, things of that nature. He was the top guy on the entire team doing shuttles and quick movement type deals. So people are going to be surprised at what kind of player he is. MSRK says on YouTube, brought to you by Quality Plumbing, Copperhead's the #3 hardest course on the PGA Tour. Yeah, it's very, very difficult. It's way harder than TPC that they just came from. But again, we'll get Matt McCall on next week. I'll apologize for that. He just texted me as I just mentioned. So in the meantime, y'all just have me for the next 10 or 15 minutes. Ask your questions, and I'll try to answer them the best that I can. Silverback Concrete builds firm foundations for generations. You stand on it. We stand by it.
I think
again, in today's games, my biggest upset that I see is going to be Santa Clara beating the Kentucky Wildcats. Who is this? JC came back. What are you doing, getting a walk-in, JC?
Yeah, we've got the Waffle House right back here. There's the Biloxi Bay, and there's a train that way, and here is my dog. So, yeah, Santa Clara is definitely the team that, if I had to say today, would shock everybody. Although you've said correctly, and I agree, that Kentucky is not the Kentucky of old, not this team. So
Kentucky has one elite player in OA, 00.
Yeah.
You got two decent players.
Aberdeen's okay, but
Aberdeen is not, well, he would be my 4th best player on their team.
Yeah.
I think the shooting guard Chandler is an outstanding shooter. And I think the big man, number 23, I can't remember his name. True freshman, I think he's got a chance. JC, are you walking or jogging? What are you doing today?
Yeah, no, I'm just taking the dog out to go to the bathroom. Then I'm going to roll into Waffle House and get ready for a big day of March Madness at the Beau Rivage. And I'm downstairs from where I was 5 minutes ago. I was on the 6th floor here at the Hilton Garden Inn, which is right there. And then Beau Rivage was sold out. So I was up there at the top of the Hilton Garden Inn, which is a beautiful place. The Waffle House right behind my right shoulder, folks, is getting a tour of Biloxi, Mississippi right now. Is fantastic. And you just kind of have to watch where you walk here in the pet waste area. But this time of year is fantastic because we're cranking up with the baseball. We're cranking up with March Madness. We're cranking up with golf. We've got the Masters coming in a couple weeks. It doesn't get much better than this. We had a great TPC tournament last week. Gator softball we're going to find out what they're all about this weekend. I think you're going to know something.
Well, they're very good, regardless if they win or lose.
No, they are very good, but you don't want to see them get swept. So we'll see if they can hang.
Joseph says on Facebook Live, brought to you by Mel Law, JC is a damn trip. Same clothes on for a week. He's living his life.
Yeah. Well, after I saw the Stars beat the Oilers, I haven't washed this sweatshirt in 7 days, and I probably might not wash it until they lose. When I see them lose,
especially since you and Tony took a picture together.
Yeah,
you never watch that.
You love that. I mean, look, it's not every day you're in an arena with 20,000 people in a place 900 miles away from home, and somebody screams your name, just feverishly screaming your name. So I felt like a celebrity. I did. I have to say, I really did feel kind of cool about it. But Tony's great, man. He's one of our best viewers, and he knows the insiders of the Dallas Stars, which is very cool to me. So we'll see what the Stanley Cup.
JC, before we let you go here, we got a text on the Titan Mark text line from William. William wants to know, JC, what is your favorite bet today?
Man, that's a great question. I got to get into the Beau and look at it closer. I'm going to use the BetMGM app in the casino because you can't use Hard Rock here. And I just got to look at these numbers. But I really, really am confident that Santa Clara is going to win outright, just like VCU did yesterday against the Wildcats. So I'm going to put money on it. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and think Santa Clara. But in terms of blowout city, I looked at these spreads. I don't know, maybe even the Gators, but 35.5 is ridiculous. I can't lay that. I can't do it. So I wish I could just say off the top of my head, but Santa Clara is definitely going to be a play. Absolutely 100% going to be on Santa Clara today.
So your Peachland Dental lock of the day would be Santa Clara.
That's hard to phrase it that way, but I guess you could. Yeah, I think they're great. I think Northern Iowa is going to give St. John's a little bit of a headache.
What makes you think? I got St. John's going to the Final Four. What makes you think that?
Northern Iowa's going to slow the pace down dramatically. They're going to throw the ball back and forth to each other. They keep it very low. Could be an underplay. They don't like to run, but they can shoot. And I think a lot of folks have a feeling. I mean, why is that line only 9 points? So you would think St. John's would be a 14 or 15-point favorite, right? But they're not.
They're a 5 seed.
Well, they might be a 5 seed, but they won the Big East tournament. They won the Big East regular season. They blew out UConn. You know, Northern Iowa does not come to mind when it's a close game against St. John's. So for some reason, that line is tighter than I think it normally otherwise would be. I think Queens is going to stick around. Some of these underdogs, you might want to look at the first half lines too, just because they may stay in it for a while. But not for long. What happened now? What are you reading now that's making you laugh?
Kevin chimes in on the Titan More text line. 1,000 viewers just bet on Kentucky. Good week, JC.
Sorry, guys, but Santa Clara's winning this damn game today. I'm going with them. I'm going with Santa Clara. I'll probably catch hell on Monday, but maybe not.
Well, I'm with you, JC. I think Santa Clara is the better team. I think they got the better coach, Herb Sendek.
They're very athletic. Yeah. I'm going to take them. I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of folks have this tendency to root for the underdogs in this event. I know that VCU had a big, South Florida, when they made the comeback yesterday, as I was driving, I was listening to these guys in Vegas talk about it, and they were all excited that South Florida made a run and that Louisville couldn't throw the ball inbounds, basically. So I don't know. I think the underdogs have a tendency to be a team that to have a tendency to grab the passion of a lot of fans. So we'll see. I mean, people love watching underdogs. So,
all right, real quick, this question I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to answer it as well. JB says on Facebook Live, whose seat is hotter, Mike White at Georgia, Hubert Davis at North Carolina, or Mark Pope at Kentucky?
Hubert Davis, Mark Pope, and then Mike White.
I don't think Mike White's in any trouble.
Not yet. No, not yet.
I think Hubert Davis losing that game. I was texting with a guy that knows basketball real well during that game. I said, if they lose this game, he's gone.
Well, see, the thing that's saving him is that he played for Roy, but that's the only thing.
Yeah, but he has lost the first round game 3 out of the last 5 years, I believe.
That's bad for North Carolina. Absolutely terrible. And Pope, by the way, they are not happy with him either in Kentucky. No. And if he loses to the Broncos,
he played there too. So you got 2 former players.
Yeah.
At these major basketball institutions.
Right.
If Pope loses today, I think he gets fired.
You think he's going to get fired in 1 year, huh?
This is year 2, JC.
Oh, year 2. Okay, year 2. Well, geez, that's not much.
All right.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Greg on the Titan More text line says, JC, who has the cheapest gas on I-10?
You got to wait till you get into Alabama, and it gets even cheaper in the great state of Mississippi. Look at the beautiful Hilton Garden Inn right there. Look at that place. The cheapest gas I found yesterday was in Daphne, Alabama, where I bought it at the Exxon for $3.45. In Mississippi, it's about 30 cents cheaper, just over $3 here in the SIP. I love Mississippi. I swear to God. If I was really born in Florida, because I don't remember, but if I wasn't truly born in Florida, I must have been born here. This place is just unbelievable. I love it here. Toto, get out of there. So, hey,
I love the dog on a leash.
No, we don't need to worry about leashes down here. There's so much room in the SIP. Look, if you can see close, there's this Biloxi sign right there on the sidewalk. Stay right there. Right there on the sidewalk. Can you see the Biloxi sign underneath the green sign? Maybe not. Damn. Dog, I got to keep my eye on this dog. Get over here. Get over here. No, come here. Anyway, I'm chasing my dog in Biloxi. Okay, right there. You got to be able to see the Biloxi sign. You see it?
Yes, we see it, JC. We see
it. Fabulous.
This is great live TV or radio or broadcasting.
Oh, and I rented a minivan, QB. Right there is my minivan. You see the minivan? Look, there it is.
You can make this stuff up.
Look, I got a Chrysler Pacifica. I rented it because the Dodge truck that I drive, it hurts to drive for 6 hours. I'm old. Look at this. Look at this Pacifica. What a beauty. What a beauty. It can be yours for $29,000.
All right, JC. Go walk that little rat dog you got, and make sure you put it on a leash because the big dog may come eat it.
All right, I'll make sure.
All right, that's JC joining us twice today on the Titan MR.
What a treat. What a treat.
What a treat. Titan MR hotline. All right, JC, good luck today.
All right, you too.
MIAPA is proud to sponsor Gator Athletics at all Gator baseball home games. When the Gators win, you win a free cup of Cuban coffee from any MIAPA location. Just show your ticket. Go Gators. Go MIAPA. All right. Apologize again for Matt McCall. We'll get him on next week. He texted something came up. But that's how it goes. That's why you got certain guests. You stick with those guests because you never know. Let's enjoy the games today. Gators play tonight. It'll be Blowout City. And then hopefully on Monday, we're talking about them moving on and defeating either Clemson or Iowa. Have a great weekend, folks. Appreciate you chiming in. We'll see you on Monday. Take care.